So recently I was asked on Facebook, I think it's Angela, spelled a little differently. My wife says Angelia. Angelia? She asked me to be a little bit more specific about the certain tax cuts we get as a farm. So in this video we're going to talk specifically about the tax benefits we get as a farmer in Connecticut, and then we'll give you an idea of what you might look for in your own state if you don't live in Connecticut. So let's talk about taking your money back from the government, because I love doing that. Any way I can do that. I asked my wife to not let me out of this chair until I did this. Paperwork, not my favorite thing to do with self-employment or the farm business, but it's a necessity. If I get these tax forms all filled out right and ship them off, I get some nice tax cuts. So the first tax exemption that we get as farmers is off of sales tax. Anything that we buy for the farm, whether that's building supplies, feed, things we need for the animals, all that, we don't have to pay the 6% sales tax that Connecticut usually makes you pay on that sort of thing. So there are some stipulations though. Just calling yourself a farmer doesn't mean you're gonna have your sales tax waived. Okay, little disclaimer here. I'm not giving you tax advice today. Talk to an accountant. This is just telling you what we did. Okay, that's through. Let's get into the details. So the first 2 years, when I got this form, it asked me to prove in the first 2 years as a startup farmer that I was spending more than $2,500 on the farm business. And after those first 2 startup years, they want to see you grossing $2,500. So every year our goal is to gross more than $2,500. The way that we do that is by selling whole and half pigs to our customers in the area. And if we gross, it's only gross, you don't have to net, it's gross income of more than $2,500. If you do that every year, you're considered legally a farm business, and you will not have to pay 6% on all your sales tax. So is it really worth it, waiving that 6% sales tax? Absolutely. Last year we spent $4,000 on feed here at the farm. $4,000. So what is 6% of 4,000? You tell me, I'm not really good with math. I'll look it up. If you Google 6% of 4,000, they'll give you a number. $240. That's $240 that I didn't have to send to the government, that I can keep here on my farm and reinvest into more infrastructure, more animals, and more feed. That's not the only way that we save. That's just the first way. And after I finish filling out this form, I'll get to the next way that we save money, with tax exemptions for farmers. Most of this stuff today is going to apply to just you Connecticut farmers. So if you're a Connecticut farmer, you get a form Reg-8R. This is a renewal application for a farmer tax exemption permit. They send you with a double-sided page full of instructions to help you figure out how to fill out your form. I hate paperwork so bad. To get that exemption, you need to gross more than $2,500 in the state of Connecticut. We gross more with the help of our pigs, so we're plenty good there. The next way that we save money in taxes as a farmer is through PA 490. Again, this is a program that Connecticut has. Your state may have a different program, but it probably will be something similar. The state understands that farmers need a lot of land to do their work, and so instead of making them pay the normal property tax on all their acres, they give them a discount. And it's more geared towards like corn farmers who have, acres and acres, maybe 300, 400 acres. They would save a significant amount of money. For us, we wind up saving about $1,000 in property taxes each year. Now, it's not a ton of money, but $1,000 more that I can put back into my own farm instead of sending off to the government to get wasted, worth every penny for me. So how do you get your property tax exemption as a farmer? Well, you have to prove that you are a farm business. There is no minimum amount of money that's required to do this. You just have to fill out a form, go to your town hall, and to give them the form. It's the PA 490 form, and in that form you tell them how much of your land you're using, how you're using it, what kind of production you're going to be doing on the farm. They may come out and inspect your farm and see that you're actually doing it, or they may not. I can't tell you whether or not they're going to do that. Some people they wind up coming out for, some people they don't. But you do need to be a legitimate business selling things to people. You can't just have a homestead or a couple of chickens and say, hey, I'm a farmer because I sold my mom eggs. So to keep up on that, every 2 years I have to fill out a form with my town to reapply for that exemption. And so I'm going to be doing that now, and when I'm done, we'll finish this video up and talk about how much I saved totally and how it's all worth it back after I fill out another ridiculous bureaucrat form. Oh man, done. I hate doing taxes, paperwork, oh man, all this stuff. So here's a last little words of advice concerning all this stuff. First, don't let paperwork and taxes and all these things scare you from starting a business. It's confusing, it's frustrating. Find yourself an accountant mic that you can use and somebody who can help walk you through this stuff. Just deal with it. It's frustrating, it's annoying. I usually do mine late. Of course I'm gonna have to pay a fee because of that. But don't let it scare you away from doing it. The second bit of advice, kind of what I already said, get a really good accountant. If you're starting a business, you can save lots of money and work things really smart if you have a accountant. David on YouTube just commented, mentioned that he liked our videos, that he really liked our style, and then he went on to ask, being that precise with your finances, costs, tax credits, etc., are you using a CPA? So David, yes, I am using a CPA, and the reason why is because it helps you know that you're saving all the money you can save, that you're doing everything the right way. That said, a lot of this stuff when I first started, I just figured out myself. I looked into our state regulations in our town and I saw PA 490, I saw that existed, same with the sales tax, and a lot of those things you can apply for either in your town hall or online, and I just figured them out. Get yourself a CPA, a good accountant who you can trust, who understands, particularly agricultural things would be nice if you're in an agricultural business, so you don't miss any of those tax exemptions. Is it worth it, all the work that you have to go through for the exemptions? Absolutely. So on our sales tax each year, if we spent, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 a year on feed, animals, supplies for the animals, buildings and things. This year we're going to be doing a lot of buildings on the farm, which means we're going to be buying a lot of materials. All that stuff is tax exempt. So imagine spending $10,000 and getting 6% of $10,000 just way. So that would be $3,600 that you don't have to pay in sales tax. I don't know how I am so bad at math. I just realized $10,000 times 0.06, $600. Okay, so you'll save $600. I suck at math, which is why you should get yourself an accountant. PA 490, getting the property tax exemption, yeah, there's another $1,000 there. So depending on the scale of your farm business, there's a lot of money to be saved. The lessons from this video: don't be afraid of all the paperwork. Get yourself some help with a CPA. It's totally worth taking the time to get your exemptions. This is the difference between a hobbyist and a business, an entrepreneur. A lot of people like growing, farm fresh eggs on the side and maybe selling to their friends and family for cash. But if you're serious, if you really want to make a go at this, this is what separates the boys from the men. But instead of separating, let's bring them together. Throwback. Thanks to our 2 question askers. Make sure if you have questions, leave them in the comments below, because a lot of times I'll tell people in the comments, hey, great question. Stay tuned for a future video on that. We've made a lot of videos lately based off of people's questions. So I check the questions every day. I'm here to help. And thanks for watching. If you like this video, if it helped you, hit thumbs up. And Another thing that would be super great is if you would share it with someone. If you know a friend who's starting their own business or has a farm business or whatever, is thinking about it, send this video to them, tell them about our channel. And thanks for helping us to continue to grow. Next time you're gonna go shopping on Amazon, before you go to Amazon, go to homesteady.com. That's AM like Amazon and steady like homesteady.com. You'll instantly be forwarded to Amazon's website. But in that millisecond that you're forwarded there, Amazon will log the fact that we sent you there, and we will receive an affiliate bonus should you buy something on Amazon. It costs you nothing extra, not a penny, but a small amount of what you spend will be given to us, so we can continue to produce the show that you love at no extra cost to you. Just head on over to homesteady.com, buy whatever you were planning on buying anyway, and we will make a little bit of money, which helps us keep the show going. Every little penny helps. So next time you go shopping on Amazon, remember, am like Amazon, steady like homesteady.com.